All rise. Judge for the B court is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1009, Moore versus Davis.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. You all may be seated. Okay, Miss Moore,
Yes, ma'am.
you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, my ex-husband, we have a mutually beneficial agreement with our children where he keeps them at night and I keep them during the day.
Okay.
But my job no longer allows me to stay home with them during the day, and I would like for them to go to daycare now during the day, and he does not want them to.
Get ready for a compelling case that dives deep into custody battles, financial responsibilities, and parental disagreements. A mother wants to enroll her kids in daycare, but the father is adamantly against it. At first glance, it seems like a simple dispute, but it's far from that. Judge Bundy steps in as the mother wastes no time explaining her situation. With her new full-time job, staying home is no longer an option, making daycare a necessity. The father, however, refuses to budge. He doesn't trust daycare, believing it to be a germ-infested environment. But here's the twist. He's never even visited the daycare to assess his fears. This case is shaping up to be a clash between logic and emotion. The mother seeks stability and structure, while the father aims to control the child environment. The judge is ready to cut through the noise and focus on what truly matters, the best interest of the children. Let's see how this unfolds.
How old are the children?
2 years and 18 months.
Okay. And you already picked out the daycare you want them to go to and everything like that?
Yes.
How much is it?
It is $500 a month.
$500 for both children?
For one child. So it's $1,000 a month for both children.
Oh, okay.
It's a nationally accredited daycare.
Okay. That's not bad for 2 kids. What's your opposition to that?
Well, I don't think they should be in daycare. I think she should stay with them like we originally planned. I didn't get a chance to check out the daycare. I just would rather them stay with her mom or one of our family members.
Okay. Did you let him know which daycare?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
He was invited to go meet the teachers and do the tour, but he opted not to go.
So you did have an opportunity to go?
I was invited, but I don't really want my kids in that daycare. I don't want to be in that
What's
daycare.
wrong with the daycare?
They're full of germs. For starters,
this courtroom is full of germs.
Okay, but children germs, they're next level.
Okay, do they disinfect the daycare?
I don't know that.
They do.
Right, you don't know. So you haven't even had the opportunity, you haven't taken the opportunity to try to do any kind of research.
Okay.
But the fact that there are germs at the daycare, I mean, that's not.
The mother lays out the facts. She and her ex-husband had a prior agreement. She handled the kids during the day and he took over at night. But now, with her full-time job, she needs daycare to fill that gap. Her solution? A nationally accredited daycare that guarantees safety, education, and structured care. The problem? The father refuses to approve the plan. Did he visit the daycare? No. Did he research its quality? No. His sole argument? Daycares are full of germs. While germs are present in every daycare, that alone isn't a valid reason to dismiss the idea entirely. The mother, visibly frustrated, points out a deeper issue, his germophobia. She argues that this isn't just about daycare. It's about control, a factor that even contributed to their separation. The judge is already picking up on this, realizing that the father's stance is based on personal anxieties rather than facts.
Enough reason why you don't want them in there.
I would rather them be with family, people we know.
Okay, I mean, that's a valid point.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Yes.
I'm a doctor. I'm around germs all day. This is one reason that we did not work out.
It's a big problem.
My ex-husband is a germaphobe, and he feels like if the children aren't kept in a bubble basically all day, that something terrible is going to happen to them. But that's no reason. That's no way for these kids to live. And I have to go save lives every day, while he just sits in his living room, hermetically sealed off living room.
That's dramatic.
Well, it's not that dramatic. What's dramatic is he wouldn't even show up for this tour at the daycare so he could see that it is a clean daycare. It's nationally accredited. Also, our children would have loved to have seen you.
Okay, look, with all due respect, I'm only in, I don't even want to be in this courtroom, Your Honor. It's,
I can understand that. Sometimes I don't want to be here.
I don't want to be here.
So, I mean,
yeah, but I'm here. I'm here for the kids, and I would prefer if they weren't in a daycare, if they were at one of our family members, where we can give them special instructions on cleaning and what the children need to stay healthy.
well, I definitely understand, and I agree. In a lot of cases, it is good for the children to be around a family member and everything like that. However, age 2 years old, and what was the other age?
18 months.
18 months. I mean, it's nothing wrong with them going to school already. You do want them to start learning a lot of things. You just do. There are some things that you guys are not going to be able to teach them at home. Not that you can't, it's just you may not have the time to do it. So I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea, but I do think it's a good idea for you to go and speak to the teachers, look around the daycare, see about the cleanliness of it and everything like that, and you guys should just work together and co-parent. So
Now, the father takes a stand, making his argument crystal clear. He doesn't trust daycare. He insists that the kid should stay with family members, where he can monitor cleaning standards. But here's the major flaw in his reasoning. He never actually visited the daycare. How can he be against something he hasn't even seen? And then comes the real kicker, his germ paranoia. The mother exposes it, revealing how his obsession with cleanliness was a major issue in their relationship. Based on how he's acting, she's not wrong. The father wants the children to live in a bubble, but life doesn't work that way. The judge sees right through it. She reminds him that germs exist everywhere, including the very courtroom they are sitting in. A structured, accredited daycare cannot be dismissed simply because of irrational fears. If germs are his biggest argument, this case is slipping through his fingers fast, and he's starting to realize it.
the agreement is just going to stand what it is. You guys keep doing your agreement where you have your time with the children, and you keep rotating like that. Nobody should pay child support in this type of situation. But what I will do to make sure that daycare does get paid is that you guys split it. So $1,000, you pay $500, you pay $500, and it's going to go through the Attorney General of Texas. And that's just the best way to do it, because that at least ensures that the children's daycare is paid for month to month.
Okay, but now I'm paying for the daycare that I don't want them to go to, and I have them at night. She's supposed to be responsible for the day. If they were in night care, I would pay for it, and I just don't see how this is fair. She makes 3 times as much money as I do.
Right, but you guys have been splitting the children, right? You've been splitting the children, and it's not a bad idea. And honestly, that's a very reasonable cost for 2 children at a daycare, because a lot of times, especially the younger a child is, the 18-month-old, it could be more expensive than that. And I think that's fair. Or, I could base, let me see, how much money you make a year? Let's see. Your document says $62,000?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like for me to base child support that you pay her off of $62,000 a year? Because I can assure you it will be more than $500.
Then no.
Okay, well, in that case, is there anything further between either
No,
of you?
Your Honor. Thank you.
That'll be all? That'll be all from you? Okay, where you all are dismissed.
The law takes over, and Judge Bundy wastes no time in making the call. The children will attend daycare. It's an environment designed for learning, growth, and socialization. Things they wouldn't get if they remained isolated at home. The father's concerns? Not backed by facts. Decision made. But another issue arises. Who pays for daycare? The judge lays it out clearly. Both parents will split the cost, each contributing $500. Sounds fair, right? Not to the father. He argues that since daycare happens during the mother's time, she should bear the entire cost. The judge isn't having it. She delivers a blunt reality check. If he fights back, child support calculations will come into play, and he'll likely end up paying far more than $500 a month. Faced with this reality, he quickly backs down. The decision stands, and the court moves forward. This case highlights an essential lesson. Custody agreements require cooperation, not control. A parent's personal anxieties do not dictate reality. And when fear and logic collide in the courtroom, logic wins every single time.